I am super excited about today's video. We are going to first start out with measuring our natural nails so that we can apply our tips. I'm going to measure each finger for the proper fit, and then I'm going to utilize my step number 2 dip base to adhere my nail tips to my natural nails. Now, off camera, I went ahead and I applied my Builder Gel foundation. I am loving the end result. I think that it gives so much integrity, so much strength. It is so easy to apply, the versatility, and it's unmatched, and it is long lasting. And I find that by adding the Builder Gel underneath my dip powder overlay, it definitely absorbs more of the shock. I don't have any of the sort of lifting. I don't have any shattering. Like if you notice that your dip powder may have cracks after maybe day 3, day 4, where you can see these visible cracks and shatteredness, if you will, within your application. This, by combining these two products, if you will, or two techniques, it literally will change the way that you do your nails at home. And I think that for the sake of today's tutorial, I wanted to really walk you guys through and talk you guys through the process and the technique, because I know that a lot of you are interested in adding builder gel to your collection, but you really just haven't felt either comfortable enough to do it, or you want to sort of understand the technique just a little bit more before you dive in. So I'm going to walk you through what that looks like. So we've already measured all of our our nail tips. We've already measured them. I'm going to add a little texture on the back side of the nail tip just to help the nail glue adhere properly. I want to make sure that I get um, good connection point from within the tip as well as to the nail plate. So I want to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to grab one of my ceramic sanding bits. This bit I believe is about a 240. So it's very light. It's not adding too much texture, but it's just giving it just enough so that we can go ahead and move on to the next step. Using a lint-free wipe, we're going to grab some alcohol and just wipe everything down, wipe our natural nails down. You want to do this because we just got finished filing, so of course there was dust, and anything that did not get caught by the vacuum might be on my hand. So you want to make sure that you remove any dust particles and wipe everything down one good time. I'm now going to grab step number 2, our base, and I'm going to use that as my adhesive. I do this anytime I'm wearing a tip. I'm always using step number 2 as my glue. So that's what I'm going to be doing and using. But if you have nail glue, you could go ahead and use your own nail glue. And If you want to get the link for these tips, I will have them linked below in the description box. Let's grab our nail nippers, and I'm going to go ahead and start cutting my nail tips down to my desired shape and size and length. I am going for an almond shape. So I want to go ahead and cut. I know I want a little bit of hang time, a little bit of free time, a little bit, but not too much. I don't want anything too deep. So once I'm satisfied with my nail length, I'm going to go ahead and move over to shaping. Now, the tips that I'm using come somewhat tapered, but I'm going to shape them even more so that I can get the desired shape that I want. I'm going to go side to side. I'm going to work on one side of my hand, then move to the other side of my hand. I try to do this because I want to make sure that I have symmetry. I don't want one side to be overly directed than the other side, or the two sides just look like very off. I don't want that to be the case. So I try to work between both sides so that I can see the improvements in real time. This also allows me to control how quickly I'm going or getting to the shape, because I may foul off too much. But it is okay because we are adding builder gel, and we're going to be adding dip powder to narrow out or to over direct, over take off, if you will, some of the product, meaning some of the bulk from the nail tip. That's okay to do because you're going to end up building that back out with the product once you start overlaying. Now that we've done all of our shaping and filing and buffing and blending, I'm going to grab a lint-free wipe with some alcohol. I'm just going to wipe my hands down. Now, we did go backwards. So now we're going to go forward. So I'm going to grab step number one, which is our primer. And I'm going to apply the primer to the natural nail just to prep the nails even further and get them ready for the application of our builder gel. Now let's apply our slip layer. That's going to be a very thin layer of your rubber-based gel. And I'm just, as you can see, I'm just brushing that on. You're not going to cure this. You're just going to brush it onto your natural nail. And you want to make sure that you have enough coverage. You cover from side to side, from the side wall all the way around, even catching and sweeping that free edge, because you want to make sure you have product there. And after you've done that, after you've applied your slip layer, I want you then to place your brush back into your builder gel. And I want you to pull out a bead, a nice decent sized bead. And notice how I tilted the brush up to help the product pull forward. I then take that bead and place it right there in the center, avoiding the cuticle area as much as possible and bringing that product, that bead, straight down the middle, and then taking whatever's left and working it on the side. And I'm going from side to side to side. The next thing that I'm doing is I'm going to grab my brush, and I believe this is either a 5 or a 7 mm. I'm going to grab my brush, and I'll have the descriptions of the brush size, tip size in the description box below. But I'm going to grab that and I'm going to start working that product up to the middle. I want to start building that apex, and I want to redirect my product. I want to make sure that I am balancing the nail so that I don't have too much product sitting in the front, too much product sitting in the back, or too much product sitting on the side. I want my product to be in the center, and I want it to almost mimic a speed bump. I turn my finger upside down to help the product pull down to like create that curve. And then once I'm satisfied with the shape and the way that the product is sitting, I will then cure my nail for 20 seconds. 20 seconds. I just want to flash it. So I'm only going to cure it for 20 seconds. Curing our nail for 20 seconds allows us to freeze things in place, but it's not fully cured. So we must, at the end, once we've applied all of our builder gel to all 5 fingers, we must cure our hand for an additional 60 seconds just to ensure that we've cured everything. I'm going to repeat the same steps that I did on my pinky finger on the rest of my fingers. Before I move on to apply the dip powder, I always check my foundation. I always want to check and go behind and look at my work. I want to look at my hand side to side. Again, notice I did not take the product all the way back to the cuticle line because I want to leave a little bit of nail real estate so that I can apply the dip powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some alcohol and a lint-free wipe. I am going to remove the tacky layer that is on top of each one of my nails, and so you can see it's still tacky, so I'm just using that alcohol to remove that layer before we apply our dip powder. Now I'm using the shade Flawless, and it is available on my website, naildipstudio.com. But on my right hand, off camera, I went ahead and I did the complete manicure so that you can see what it will look like from, at the end. So we're going to be using the Flawless dip powder. But before we start to do that, I'm going to actually take a little bit of the texture off. There was a little texture there, a little lump in my application. So I'm just filing that off a little to make it more smooth. And I want to make sure that I don't have any lumps in my builder gel. So if you have any lumps in your builder gel, if your foundation isn't as, smooth as you need it to be, go ahead and use your file. I would say use the 180 side of your nail file, and I would file it down till it gets smooth enough to you so that you can apply your dip powder. We're going to now grab step number 2, which is our base liquid, and we're going to use that to apply 2 full colored dip powder layers on top of our builder gel. Now you want to dust everything off, and we will also seal our dip powder by using our NDS clear dip powder, still utilizing step number 2, but we're just going to go ahead and seal in that pigment so that we can foul, buff, and shape everything before we move on to the gel top coat. Now let's go ahead and apply our bond. That's step number 3. We're going to go ahead and do that and apply that to our dip layers. We want to start the curing process. So we're going to apply that bond, step number 3, to all 5 fingers. Now that everything has hardened, we're going to go ahead and move on to shaping and filing. Now, I don't have to do a lot of cleanup, but I do need to do some cleanup. I want to make sure that I have a tapered look. I want my look to look as natural as possible. So I am going to remove some of the bulk Some of the nails have a little bit of bulk, but we can work with that and we can clean that up. I'm going to be using the 100 side, that's the coarser side of the nail file, to help remove a lot of that bulk on the sides there. But I notice I'm not doing a lot of strokes. I'm just doing up and down and up and down, but I'm not over filing. And every now and again, I'll stop to look. And you want to make sure you're doing that because you don't want to over file. The 100 side of the nail grit means that that file is a lot coarser, which means that you can remove a lot of product in one swipe versus on the 180 side what may take 3 or 4 swipes to be the equivalency of one on the 100 side. So you get a little bit more control on the 180 side versus the 100. But because I know that I need to remove bulk, and this is what I'm doing here, I'm debulking. If you are debulking your nails, then yes, by all means, use the 100 side to help remove as much product as you can to get the nail to the desired shape that you're looking for. But on average, I'm not using the 100 side unless I have to debulk. That's the only time that I really use that. I use it when I am prepping my nail tips, and I also use it when I am debulking my nails. I'm going to grab my e-file and I am going to grab one of the smaller non-pointy flame bits to clean underneath my nails just to remove some of the buildup that may be underneath there. So I'm going to use my e-file to do that. I'm going to show you in this particular clip a couple of hand techniques to hold your handheld nail file. In nail school, in cosmetology school, we had several options to sort of hold your nail file just so that you can find the technique that works best for you and your hand placement. So I'm going to be showing you guys just the different ways that I sometimes hold my nail file depending on how my hand is feeling that day. But these are all techniques that were also taught to me when I went to cosmetology school. So there's different ways for you to hold the nail file, but ultimately the result should be the same, a beautiful, smooth, shaped surface. Always, always, always check your work. I'm pretty pleased with what, you know, my nails look like. So at this point, we're going to move on and go ahead and wipe everything down and get the nails prepped for the gel polish overlay. So I went ahead and washed my nails. I'm also going to remove any, like little powder areas that I may have missed. Remove that with the back ends of my cuticle pusher. I'm also then going to grab a lint-free wipe with a little alcohol, wipe my nails down and get them prepped before I apply my gel base coat to my nails. I'm going to apply one layer of the base coat to all 5 fingers, and I'm going to cure my nails for 60 seconds. So I'm going to grab the gel glaze top coat and I'm going to apply 2 layers. I'm going to cure each layer for 60 seconds each under the lamp. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to apply some lotion and cuticle oil. I think I cut that part of the video out, but I'm going to do that to rehydrate my hand and my nails. I hope today's video was helpful. I am so glad that you guys allowed me to show you a new technique, a different technique. And as always, until we meet again, keep dipping. Bye, guys.